Hey guys, it's Patrick. This is story time. Yes, this is a real story. These aren't made up. I was at the grocery store the other day and I saw these plastic bags and they looked so lonely, and I said to them, "Do you ever feel like a plastic bag?" So Tila, you know I got a new job, right?
Oh yeah. What are you working again?
A preschool teacher at the public school.
Oh, nice. But wait, don't you have another job?
Yeah, tutors, but anyways. You know, it was crazy because I was taking the kids on a field trip. They were crazy, they were going off the handle. And I was telling them, you know, you just need to... Originally from a small town in Australia, and I flew all the way to New York to see Ariana Grande. When I got there, the fans were crazy. This one bitch stole my laptop. But anyways, I told the whole story to Ariana and she said, "Get used to it, you're in." So I was at school the other day and this girl came up to me and she was saying that people were saying that I was pregnant, I died over the weekend, all this stuff. I asked her, I was like, "Who's saying all this?" And she didn't really say anything. And I said, "You know, how did these rumors start?" And she said, "It started with the whisper." I said to her, "You know, this school's really messed up. I feel like..." I was talking to Nicki Minaj and she was saying how, you know, people are so ungrateful, and you know, I was thinking about it and I decided to go to the library and get a book and look back in the history books about, you know, if this happened back then. And I read that they didn't even think Jesus when he taught in the course. So the other day I went up to this bitch and she started crying, and you know, it was crazy because she was saying how she always tries too hard, and I said, and she said, "You know, do you still love me?" And I said, "You already have my heart." So the other day I went for a run. I was running so hard and you know, I started to, you know, lose my breath and I just had to... But then, you know, this little kid came up to me and he started to say, you know, "Can we go thrift shopping?" And I said, What? I mean, after the party though, you know, I wasn't really feeling good, so I went to the toilet and I, you know, just started to... Throw it up, wash it up. So, you know, there was this really slutty girl and I went up to her and I was like, you know, what are your rules? Like, what are your steps to being a slut? And she said... You know, I said, are there any more rules? And she said... But anyways, you know, the other day this little kid came up to me and I felt so bad because he was just bawling his eyes out. And I said, don't you worry, child. You know, I felt so bad for the kid, but I just had to run. As I was running away, I stubbed my toe. I fell flat on the ground and said, "Lying on the cold hard ground." But you know, that's besides the point because I actually flew out to California and Tila and I were hanging out with Cody Simpson. And Tila, what did Cody say to you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, over winter break I gained a few pounds, you know, and I was trying to work that up, but I didn't get the chance to. And so, you know, he comes and he tells me, he said, "A lot of curves on this girl." And you know, I felt really, you know, appalled. I was like, you know, Cody, that's actually so rude of you to say. And you know, so I was just like, you know, forget it. I may be 350 pounds. That doesn't mean anything. I'm going to put on a bikini. And he had the nerve to say to me, he said, "This bikini girl skin and watch it." Yeah, I remember that. It's so good. It's like yesterday. Like, what? But you know, the reason you gained the pounds was because
bitches love cake.
See, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I actually travel around to different schools and I do magic shows. And this one kid came up to me and he said, "How do you do magic? Like, what's the secret?" And I said, Austin Mahone was actually at one of my magic shows. I went up to him and I said, "Hey Austin," and he didn't really say anything and it was kind of weird. So I said, you know, "Can you hear me?" And he wasn't answering. So I said, "Austin, please just say something." I later ended up quitting my job as a magician because of Austin Mahone, and you know, I got a job at the nuclear plant and it was crazy. There were so many So Tila and I were about to go to the party. She was taking forever, like friggin' forever. So I said to her, we finally made it to the party and it was so awesome, you know, we were dancing, it was crazy. This rush came over me and I just pushed the DJ out of the way, you know, grabbed the microphone and I said,
"Oh, having a good time out there."
Nicki Minaj was at the party and I went up to her because she was smoking weed and I said, "You know, Nicki, you need to stop, this is bad." And she said, and I said, "You know, Nicki, you need to stop." And she said, because Nicki Minaj was smoking, she ended up catching the whole club on fire. And this girl just ran up and grabbed the microphone and said, Kanye West just grabbed the microphone and he said to Nicki Minaj,
Tell a bad bitch, do whatever I say.
And he said, you know, you need to stop smoking weed, and that's the end of the story. I hope you guys like this brand new series. I might start doing it if you guys like it. Who knows, I might do a story time part 2. So, of course, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Let me know if you liked it. And subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I'll see you guys next Thursday for a new video. Bye.